Greetings, Libra. Welcome to your Divinely Guided Rune reading here for the week. We are going to get a rune and then a tarot card and then another rune of clarity for each of your positions here for the week. And at the end, we'll pull a oracle card for another message from the Soul's Journey Oracle deck here this week. So please stay tuned for that at the very end. Regardless, in your energetic past is Hagalaz. Hagalaz is the rune of hail, upsets, natural disasters, unintended eventualities. Not something you necessarily want to happen, but something that's bound to happen. Car repair, home repair, or release. This is irreversible. So this is like a divine mandate. Something needs to be removed out of your life, or something has been being removed out of your life. And it's sort of almost a tower moment for you. Again, this is for you rather than to you. This is blessed or challenged with aspects of this in your energetic past. When you're looking at it as happening to you, you're responding with ego, pity party, what was me kind of stuff. When you're looking at it as happening for you, this is always beautiful because you're present. You're accepting that this is divine mandate, right? And you're looking forward to the blessings in your near future. With this, we have the Six of Cups. With the beautiful Six of Cups in Hagalaz here. And this is interesting because this is like a big familial nurturing kind of energy. So maybe you're challenged with releasing an unhealthy aspect of this. The Six of Cups, though, is like shining with your clan, being able just to be safe and abundant and like yourself along with those energies. So that's interesting with Hagalaz. There is the rune of clarity is being in the energetic now. This is in Reho. Reho is indicative of a change of house, spouse, or career. This is no longer in step with things that are unhealthy, discordant, or otherwise stagnant energies. This is shaking you up to remain to be in divine flow, to be present, to be now with the energies. Interesting. I don't think this is necessarily a bad thing. I think this is you adopting into a healthy release of something that is helping you to be more present with your clan, with your family, right? Which is awesome. A lot of times those are a lot of generational trauma healing kind of things that we move along from. And that's beautiful that this is in your energetic past. This means that it's likely something that you've already worked on or been working on, or that at least you are aware of. In your energetic now is Dagaz. This is rune of clarity. This is that dichotomy and kind of recognition where you're the balance in the fulcrum here in the middle, and you're like the balance between day and night, night and day. Where you can do whatever you want with those energies, manifest whatever you want. You have that clarity, this balance of the infinite clarity of this hourglass tipped on its side almost with that. Not necessarily a revelation of things, but an awareness of things, right? Awareness like that you're never going to be the same again. You're transmuting. This is like divine alchemy. So this is blessed or challenged with aspects of this. Moving into your card of clarity here for this is the Hierophant. With the Hierophant here, this is interesting because you're listening to that guidance. This is very wise guidance, like spiritual teacher kind of energy. So this could be a relationship with your divine self, the divine source, with an actual spiritual teacher, a spiritual person out there. Just take what resonates, leave what doesn't. This is beautiful because this is helping you through this metamorphosis and this change, right? This is helping you be more present and in divine flow. This is awesome. I really have nothing to add as far as that goes here for right now. Let's see what this is. The rune of clarity for this is in Algis, the rune of divine defense, divine connection, protection, faith could be tested here. But this is calling in regards to reign in as far as how grounded you are and to step forward knowing that you are divinely connected and protected no matter what. Again, blessed or challenged with aspects of this, but I think this is a blessing. Like you have reaffirmed faith, you have this beautiful clarity. And I think this is because of what you've been accomplishing here in your recent past that's leading you to this beautiful affirmation of your faith, of your clarity, and of your connection with your spiritual guidance, right? Not necessarily your spiritual teachers, but your spiritual guidance, where you're getting your information from and how you're getting it. In your energetic near future, this is calling into better aspects of your inertia, or not really even inertia, but momentum, into your abundance of natural health, making sure that every step forward is that much more grounded and stable, because this is a momentum, like downward hill kind of. Urus, the ox rune here, is calling into respects of everything that is healthy in your life. So bless or challenge with this here in the near future. I see this as being a lot more healthy, though. Really good energies overall here so far, Libra. So the trick here is not to overthink, but to make sure that every step forward is that much more divinely guided, connected, protected, healthy. What is your diet like? Your energetic, your spiritual, your emotional, your psychological, all those things take into effect of your diet, not just what you eat or drink, what you surround yourself with, the songs you listen to, your social media habits, all of that. It all spills over, right? So in your card of clarity for this is Three of Swords reversed. Now, Three of Swords upright is my least favorite personal card, but here you have Dagas here represented again. No matter how you flip Dagas, it's always going to be that clarity. So Three of Swords reverse is that you do not feel like you're stabbed in the back, where you do not feel like you've been, like you've been taken advantage of, manipulated, and just made a fool and just victimized through being your authentic self. This is the calling into that stability, that you are moving and affirming that you are moving in healthier, more momentum-driven steps, where you don't have to worry about being stabbed in the back. You're divinely connected, protected. You are not the self you used to be because of this change, this removal. Of course, we're always in a constant state of change, right, Libra? So take what resonates here, leave what doesn't. In your rune of guidance, rune of clarity for this is in Odin's rune. Odin's rune is like that patch over Odin's eye. Not all readers use Odin's rune, but I do. Now, that patch that covers Odin's eye is indicative of something that you already know, or something that is hidden from you. So that's why I pulled out another rune set. We'll get a rune of clarity here for that at the very end. So something that has not been touched or used yet in the reading, we'll get a brand new, fresh read for that position here, that specific clarity, okay, for that Urus and the Three of Swords reversed. In your influence of the now energy, though, Libra, is in Naldis. Naldis is now this, now that. Life happens. You have to juggle your needs, constraints, limitations. We're always going to be influenced by our wants versus our needs, our actual limitations versus our perceived limitations, which are what? AKA fears, right? So that log is going to be in your path until you thoroughly address it and transmute it, so you can use it to your advantage on your path, or just get rid of it, right? So things come up, things happen. We get in our own way a lot. So what's the card of clarity here? This is the Empress. Beautiful. And she has Berkana here on her wheel. Now, the Empress here with Berkana here is nurturing, knowing how to begin new things, and just with the feminine intuition of that, knowing how to begin and bring into life, weave all these different types of things, and to nurture them and to sustain them. So influences as far as that. So you might be the matriarch of your family. you might be the divine feminine that is juggling all these things, and you have these needs, constraints, limitations, right? Maybe this is an aspect of yourself, if men watching, divine masculine and feminine balance energies, how we're creating things, how we're nurturing them, and our needs sometimes get clouded by ego, right? Especially when we're coming from Hagalah's kind of energy here in your recent past. Because our needs are going to be like, first I got to do this, then I got to do this, then I got to just be present, be now, nurture the moment, of now. Your faith and your clarity are here with you with the Hierophant. And you have beautiful Empress here with you with Nauthis. I'm believing that you are able to, I think you're being inspired here. Yeah, you're definitely being inspired to do this. The God tier kind of confirms this with showing up for others, showing up for yourself, doing that due diligence, that disciplined work, showing up for yourself daily. That vector of victory is that disciplined work, right? Disciplined work needs or wants. And balancing out all those and sticking to your vector of victory, what you know to be good, true, right, and beautiful in this world, right? Nurturing all of that, right? Influenced with that energy. Let's see what your advice is for the now Libra. I like this reading here for you so far. So here we have the Horus Rune. This is the man's best friend, that energetic source that's proven itself to you time and time again. This is the rune Awaz. So this is calling into that grounded, reciprocative, like being able to lead, but also being led kind of energy where it's not coercive. This is that dynamic where you're nurturing each other. Whatever this could be your inner child, your divine self, divine source, even a significant other, a friend, a colleague, coworker, right? Somebody in your spiritual tribe. Take what resonates here, leave what doesn't. This is an inner and outer pilgrimage, a spiritual recharge. This is your advice for the now. So you could be actually being advised right now to visit a spiritually recharging place to you, like Machu Picchu, Stonehenge, or you could just be going to like a body of water with a tree by it and meditate by a tree. I mean, that's my favorite place to spiritually recharge. So for other people, it's an ice cream shop. So take what resonates here, Libra, and leave what doesn't. Okay, spiritual recharge, though, and pilgrimage kind of energy here for you. This is an inner and outer pilgrimage. When we're going for our spiritual recharge, our emotional and all that balance of that energy, right? That vacation. This is like taking a vacation kind of energy. Whenever we're on that energy, it ends up not just being a literal 3D kind of outward journey, but also a very inner and personal one, as it is when we're interacting with this other energy, right? With this beautiful Three of Cups energy, clarifying it. Yeah, celebrate this energy that's in your life here, Libra. This is part of your clan. This is part of your either your family, your spirit family, your soul tribe. This is like feasting and celebrating together, fulfilling one another, being fulfilled with one another. This is just further driving home that spiritual recharge. Like, go ahead, feast and celebrate with your clan. Celebrate each other, right? Because that's where our strength lies, is in what we're doing for each other, right? Let's see what this is for your clarity here. Yeah, Urus again. So make sure that these are all healthy steps here for you. You're gaining a lot of momentum here with your faith and with your clarity. Just make sure that these are all very healthy, divinely guided steps. Yes, you can feast and celebrate together. Just make sure that these are all kept in balance, I want to say. Not, it's easy to go overboard is what I'm seeing, though, with like overindulgence, maybe with Three of Cups. Definitely keep your health and mind, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, all of it. Okay. Urus here says that what you're doing here is needing to put that momentum work into this horse, this man's best friend rune, this energetic source that's proven itself to you. That is a good source where you can be each other's momentum in this. That's beautiful. What's your outcome for this, Libra? Outcome for this is doing this very thoroughly. Is divinely guided and grounded energy. Is very thorough. What you're building, destroying, or protecting, the choice is yours. Theresos, I interpret it with the hammer. I can build or destroy or protect, but this is that thorough work, that due diligence, dotting all your I's, crossing all your T's. You're getting your ducks in a row. You're getting your mental mise en place, your mental mess in place. Doing your research, even the boring stuff, right? Dotting the I's, crossing the T's. All that thorough, divinely guided, yet grounded action is very thorough. I think you're addressing those needs, constraints, limitations thoroughly, this change thoroughly, this healthy aspect of, I think, celebrating a clan member very thoroughly. You're thoroughly kind of showing up for all of this, which is beautiful because you recognize that they're not going to be that Three of Swords to you in the future. This is going to be healthy momentum you get to carry in with each other together. And you're building that momentum in healthy directions, which is awesome. So you're going to, whoops, I'm going to get a different rune of clarity here. I'm going to mix these up because I didn't get a card first. So the card of clarity is a Magician reversed. This is don't think you know. I don't think you're manifesting it all right away, but this is still being thoroughly committed. You've already manifested each other. You've already done that. All right, so thoroughly manifesting one another isn't what is called for here in the future. This is clarified by you realizing that you don't know everything or everybody, but you can rely on each other more thoroughly. Yeah, that's what I'm getting out of that. Your rune of clarity for this, divine feminine healing, emotional healing, being grounded in emotional flow with this, like a river with steady banks that nurtures the river's flow, rather than constantly shifting banks that mess up the flow, right? This is Lagos, the rune of lake, sea, flow, water, divining with water, all that good stuff. Right, so divine feminine healing, a lot of emotional healing for you in the cards here in the future, a lot of intuitive reassurance, and you're like really thoroughly into this. So if this is a new romantic interest, let me know. I don't necessarily see that right away, but I do see this as you like confirming your faith with this other energy. Yeah, okay. What's that rune of clarity here for your near future? Gable, look at that. Beautiful partnerships, divine give and take. This is gift. So, Gable, the rune of gift. This is divine reciprocity, the equal give and take. Remembering every time you gave. Excuse me. Let me restate that. Remembering every time you were given something, forgetting every time you gave. That's the trick with Gable here in that divine reciprocity, looking to see whose cup, or that their cup is more full than yours, right? I see your cup is empty. Let me fill your cup. I see your plate is empty. Let me put some food on your plate. It's not, when are you going to put food on my plate? When are you going to fill my cup? Right? You're moving forward in more harmony. I think this energetic source has proven itself to you gets into more of a closer partnership, whether this is romantic or professional or spiritual. Take what resonates here, Libra. Leave what doesn't. This is beautiful for you. If you're single out there, this is an opportunity to probably not be single. Just saying. Soul's Journey Oracle deck for the card of clarity here for this message. So, Divine, please show us clearly what message of clarity does Libra need to hear for this week's Divinely Guided Rune reading? What single card of clarity do they need to hear? Thank you, thank you, thank you. With this card, self-esteem. I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. And you do that, Libra. You do that. And this is awesome energy because you do have this reassurance of your self-esteem through this other energetic source. So this is where you get to do that reciprocative stuff, right? We don't always have the greatest self-esteem, but this is that reassurance that that's not going to happen to you with that energy when it's done in healthy ways. Let's read more about this self-esteem card, if I can find the page. Again, it says, I possess the gifts of the soul that benefit me and others at the bottom. Now, Libra, it is easy to perceive others as being better than you. This is a trap of the ego. There is no greater or lesser than you. There are only those who have learned how to reveal their gifts to a greater or lesser degree. Let that sink in. Everyone is born with unique abilities of the soul, and just like snowflakes, no two are ever alike. You have a unique perspective to share with the world and have come back to this time to put your stamp on it. This reminds me of your last week's rune reading. Yeah, look at your last week's rune reading. Have you gotten to that spot yet where you're like stepping out in your authenticity yet? If not, this is really calling you to do that too. Okay, continuing on. Perhaps you may not be aware or even in tune with your incredible and gifted self. Why not try to make a list of 10 aspects of yourself or abilities you possess that you love and hold in high regard? It is not always easy to write about yourself, but sometimes you need to be reminded just how special you are. Remember that you did not come down to this schoolroom by accident. You have meaning and a reason for being. You are a treasure chest of incredible gifts and insights. Now is the time to celebrate you, Libra. Namaste. Have a blessed and abundant week.